Alright, let's get going with this punishment game that I've very not been looking forward to. This is Sonic the Hedgehog 4, Episode 1, as submitted, like all punishment games are, by Golden Deer 44. The reason I have to play through this today is because I failed to defeat Rogue Survivor Murder Bingo. It was one of the greater moments of hubris in my life, where I had every opportunity to crush the last person on the bingo card, and instead, in pursuit of killing myself, I got slaughtered. Anyway, that's why we're here. Punishment games are played every time I fail a weekly one-shot or I miss my schedule. And subscribers to the channel decide what that punishment game is. So, Sonic. There are three different criterion for a punishment game. It should either be very difficult, or very punishing for me, or very punishing for the viewers, and I have a feeling that this is going to fulfill all three. I played a little bit of Sonic in my childhood back on the old Sega, and I hated it. So I'm probably going to hate this as well. Let's just jump right into it with a new game. And we'll get that timer going. Not that we're on a timer, but it's good to know how much of my life I lose to these punishment games. I like to give punishment games a good shake for at least an hour or two. So it's Sonic. It's Sonic? No, it is Sonic here. He walks, he jumps, he crouches, he high-fives nothing. Alright, let's go. So straight away this feels pretty faithful to what I remember. Movement-wise, it's just like a little bit of a graphical update. But what I remember is, yeah, exactly that. It's a game where you run very fast, and then you just hit things that you couldn't reasonably see coming, and then you lose all of your rings and whatnot. And that I always found very frustrating, and will probably still find frustrating here. But hey, it's a punishment game for a reason. It really made me fall out with platformers that have you moving pretty fast, but you're not able to see very far. It doesn't zoom out much, for example. It's what made me utterly abhor the game Roadrunner, for example, if you ever played that. Or had the misfortune to play that on the Super Nintendo. I think it was Roadrunner in Death Valley. What a game. Pretty grateful that that never appeared in a punishment game listing. That said, there's one thing that they got going for them. In Sonic games, if you walk into spikes in the side, they don't hurt you. Took until La Mulana before that became a thing again. Still, the Sonic games are visually impressive. Like, this is good. It's just when it comes to a grinding halt because you hit an enemy that you had a macrosecond to respond to. Didn't Sega publish Total War, or am I mistaken? You are not mistaken. Sega are quite a heavy hitter when it comes to publishing. Nah, I didn't even want those rings anyway. So rings, as best I understand, are your health, and as long as you have one ring, you can tank a hit. What's going on here? I feel like there's some kind of secret I'm missing. Yeah! So by hitting action when I'm in the air, Sonic does a little bit of a boost forward with an attack. Easy, right? Easy, but not at all fun. Well, it's given me achievements already, though. The story begins. Boy, do I feel good about myself. You can now play Acts 1 to 3 in each zone. Okay. I don't remember being able to choose which areas I do. I would quite like to go straight to Casino Street, but we should probably play the levels as they come. So I watch a lot of speedruns, and the Sonic ones are always very impressive, but then they know what's coming. So it allows for a really fun, fast visual display. I don't know anything that's coming, so we'll just ball to the wallet and see what happens. Well, so far so okay. The only good game is Sonic 06, says Michelangelo's, because it spawned a few funny videos and speedruns. Oh, good enough. But Sonic on the whole has spawned quite a lot of unscrupulous fellows, if I'm not mistaken. And I could be mistaken. But I find in this game it's hard to have much agency over anything you do, because, I mean, a lot of stuff there just completely passed me by. Wait, what? Okay. It's possible that I'm just playing the game wrong. I play plenty of games wrong. Well, at least I made it. Nah, you're not playing it wrong, okay. Speaking of playing things wrong, Red asks, how did Killing Floor go? I had to take my leave during it. I imagine most people did. It was a very long stream. And very painful, depending on which side you were on. Still, I had a lot of fun playing Killing Floor, but I always do. See, playing this game makes me think, does my brain just operate slower than most people's? Am I meant to understand what's going on around me? Because I see all this stuff happening and just go, yeah, nope, no clue. I think it's for people with ADD, says Major Lee. That would explain the fan base. What the hell is all that meant to be? I'm sure it'll be back for me any moment now. Okay. And it's pretty fun when you're just blazing around like that, but when something just comes out to stop you in your tracks and kill all your rings, and you're left wondering, was I meant to see it coming? That was not one of them, that you could see coming. Oop. There we go. Void Scroll puts it that you gotta go fast until the lever design puts a wall in your way, then you gotta go slow. But I don't wanna go slow. Alright, we can have our showdown with Dr. Robotnik. But they're calling him Eggman. Well, I've had more challenging fights in my life. That's right, isn't the plot going that he doesn't like there being all these creatures in the woodlands, so he's making robots and capturing but not killing all little beasties? Well, oh right, great. We get to go straight over to Casino Street. This is where we can spend the rest of our punishment game time. I remember the soundtrack being, how should I say, better. He's roboticizing little critters, that's why he needs them alive. Okay. Well, he's a doctor and I am not, so who am I to question it? I think Lucky played the original of this. I remember seeing it on one of his runs. Don't know if it was a 2 Hours of Hell or not. This whole level looked a lot more fun there. As it should be. Are you playing yet another capitalism simulator after exploiting poor cardboard box Resettier the other day by hitting the slots with blue Hedgehog? How much debt is Sonic in right now? Well, I don't know the value of these golden ring things, so I'm at a loss. I've yet to check out that game that I was told might be in a similar vein to Resettier. What was it, Moonlighter? Yeah, I'll get to it though. Well, to the game's credit, it's kind of a platformer, but there are no bottomless pits that I've found yet. We all know my feelings towards bottomless pits. What's that giant ring? Yeah, I'm a bit aggravated by the music. I remember the original having some pretty nice music. And this is just inoffensive. Is there a setting for that? Oh no. That's some real consolitis level settings. Oh well. Thought there might be something to get out of spinning those dice around. What do we have? Nothing good. God, I miss gambling. So what's the purpose of all these rings anyway? So I'm collecting a bunch of them. They don't appear to be doing much for me. I mean, you get hit, you lose all of them, right? Careful, Jake, the Twitch terms of service might go. Oh, can I crush Sonic to death in there? Dang. Yeah, I was shocked by Twitch not allowing my title just because I had the word bingo in it. So I mean, what happens when they're doing the, I don't know, Mario 64 speedrun bingo? Do they have to call it something else? I love that Mario 6. Ooh, that looks like I could be crushed, but probably just gonna lose rings. Oh, I know a secret when I see a secret. So when I was saying to this credit there's no bottomless pits, what I meant was I hate bottomless pits and hate this game by association. mighty suspicious about this. Oh, okay. Thought there might be something cool if I go the low route there. Well, let's take our time here then. Let's not take our time here then. Krebzig's just saying I can feel the punishment already. You and me both. Which makes it a pretty good choice for a punishment game. At least you have plenty of lives. Imagine playing the same levels on Mega Drive with only 3 lives and having to start over already. Well, I imagine I've been gaining lives because I've been playing so incredibly well. Normally having trouble telling background from foreground is a problem I have in just NES games, but I'm having that here as well. One of the biggest complaints against the game are its visuals, says Red. It's not just you. That's nice, because often it feels like, yes, it's just me. Looks like there's a bit of coin deflation when you get hit, though. Well, just gotta not get hit. Or get loads of coins. Enjoy the music while it lasts. Well, I'm not, but apparently it gets worse, which is a bit worrying. Ooh. If you hold down and dash, you build up a whole bunch of speed. Not sure how best to utilize this for now, though. The music in this game is like reverse Rant's. It just gets worse as time goes on. What a shame. Rant's music is too good for this world. But the gameplay here just feels so paint by numbers. Like somebody who wants to do the Factorio challenge by using blueprints. Tired of this game already, and I'm still in a land that I should like. Did he make it in yesterday's killing floor? Asks Pot Blitz. Well, if you jump over to the VOD and go to about the 9-hour mark, you should be able to see. This game is reminding me so much of Roadrunner, and I hate that game. Okay, I have to sate my curiosity while it's still possible. What happens to Sonic? Ah. Well, that's a casino climax. Did you think you'd clip out of bounds and become a speedrunner? Asks Void Scroll. I just wanted to see Sonic get crushed to death. Is that too much to ask? I feel like a journalist at this point. Over we go, we get dunk, dunk, and over we go. Easy. Good God, this is so dull. That said, I think I sniff a secret. And the secret is go right the way down to the bottom. Okay, I thought that that hot air balloon in the foreground was hiding some kind of secret passage just above that thing. And I thought something. Huh. Never thought I'd be saying this, but can we get out of the casino now? Looks like we can. Hey, there's that big ring again. What does it mean? Okay, at least Robotnik's throwing us a party. This is the lousiest looking pinball I've ever seen. What's going on, Robotnik? There wasn't even an attempt, come on. But was that faithful to the original? Flea Circus says, man, I used to love letting those little buggers go free. They look like abominations to me. Now hang on, are there only four zones here? That can't be right. I mean, more luck for me if I just have to beat these four and then go home. Alright, well that's a bit of motivation for me. The better I do, the faster I can be done with this. Feels pretty good. This should be a solid 9 on Jake's love for extremely zoomed in platformer cameras. Oh god, I get the technical limitation part, but that's no longer a concern. If it's still this zoomed in, you just, in my eyes at least, you lose all agency over your actions. Especially if it's all about the speed. Mario struck a nice balance, you had just enough, okay. You went at a good pace with enough space to see what's coming and react to it. In this, you go blindingly fast, and any wall or spring or anything you cannot reasonably react to. And the very worst game I ever played for this was Roadrunner in Death Valley for the Super Nintendo. Incredibly high speeds, highly zoomed in camera. And to add to it all, the levels were all mazes. Okay, not all the levels were mazes. A significant number of the levels were mazes. And they looked amazing when you went fast. But going fast correctly? Oh no, no, no. Also, that game had a time limit. So everything else wasn't enough. You're also on a timer of about 5 minutes per level. Basically, game sucked. I felt bad because just earlier today I was looking at a YouTube video about the game, and one of the devs for the game, programmer, was there talking about how much they loved working on the game because they wanted to do justice to the old cartoons like Marvin the Martian, Roadrunner. And I was like, oh man, I really feel the passion. But I still hate the game. Well, hate the game, not the players. Like this, what am I even meant to do and all that? Just sit around and enjoy the show. If that's the case, just give me the Trackmania experience. Wouldn't mind even a single ring back if that guy's right there, but... ah, we're good. Well, that's the first non-instant kill that's actually killed us. Sonic's fastness was mostly Sega showing off as being able to have such fast platformers as that. It's fairly impressive at the time. NES games were sluggish in comparison. Yes, but they were also enjoyable to play. There were a lot of cool games on... a lot of cool games on the Sega Mega Drive. But they must have been pretty forgettable because I've forgotten many of them and was able to play them on the Super Nintendo anyway. Like, I loved Earthworm Jim, right? But that game, for all of its many faults, was also available on the SNES. Shining Force Jungle Book. Oh, goddamn Jungle Book. Still waiting for someone to pick up that challenge. It's one of the easiest mod challenge games there are. World of Darkness time. Oh. Okay. Well, now I can see even less. So let's go fast. No, let's not go fast. Dr. Aftish says he tried the game, I assume he means Jungle Book, and it was horrendous, you say? Not that way, I suppose. Okay, yes, this way. This must have been the inspiration behind Sonic and Mario at the Olympics. Game's exhaustingly bad. I feel more tired than after 9 hours of killing floor. That auto-aim is so garbage, says El Codo. I am going to assume they didn't have that in the original. Did they have these explosions? And Lost Vikings 2 had a level, or a bunch of levels. Yes, it did have a bunch of levels. Well, it had a bunch of levels where there was lighting as a mechanic, and... Right, one of these I gotta not light because it's causing the upper thing. Aha, I see. I see it all now. No, I don't. Okay. Ah, it does both of you. Okay, well, screw getting up there, I'm going this way. Yeah, cool one in Lost Vikings 2 where certain areas would go completely black unless you held the... Unless you held the torch. If I recall well, and I often do... I think that's the ticket. Yes, we actually ran Lost Vikings 2 on the 2 Hours of Hell. And I also think I won. As I often do. Yeah, bummer. Took a bit, but we got it. Next level is slightly better than what you've seen so far. Expect Mode 7, Rotation, and Mazes. Well, most importantly, how's the music? Oh, Sonic. Damn, checkpoint, so we're probably not quite done yet. Not when we have more of this fun going on. That feels like a sign. Okay, come on, let's get this over with. Underwater Maze Escape. So, time for Mad Gear Zone. Onwards to the Eggman's secret base. Nice to see in this game, Steam isn't scalding, it simply makes you jump higher. Son of a git. There's an interesting mantra to live by. It's just do what you want to do, and I don't think anybody wants to do an underground water maze. This is pretty painful on the eyes. Okay. You can't hear it probably, but I'm just shaking my head. Very shaking my head. Just get on with it, Sonic. I'll save my harsh criticisms for the game for once I actually manage to beat it. Like I said, there are 3 criteria for a punishment game. Punishing for me, punishing for you, or really hard. I'm not sure that... Not really sure this one is quite so hard, but certainly punishing for me. And I'd go out on a limb and suggest it's probably punishing for you. Okay. I feel like there's a certain type of person this game appeals to, but I'd be in trouble for saying it. Certainly making mincemeat out of those lives of mine, though. Alright, let's keep blasting through his secret to escape the cog trap. As Rance would say, Or is this like Castlevania cogs where all get ground up between them into Hedgehog mints? Hope Groogy isn't watching. He'd get very sad. He loves hedgehogs, he does. Especially his wee albino one. Yeah, maybe I'm the one with brain problems, but I have a lot of difficulty telling background from foreground in this game. Sonic is the best reminder of why some 90s game design should rightfully be forgotten today. And never forget it, or else you might accidentally do it again. That's why some homage to the classics end up being like, oh, should have stayed in the classics. I feel I got Cog trapped. Yeah, there was a nice idea of go fast until you don't. Alright, let's go, Sonic. Well, to everything's credit, this isn't meant to be happy fun times for me. It's called a punishment game for a reason, and I'd be loath to play a game that was not that punishing. If I were a Sega dev, I'd stop being a Sega dev, says Plow. That's a bit harsh. Sega does a lot, and some of it really good, and some of it really Sonic. What the fun was that? Well, point is, it's over. Well, let's go fast then. Is this where it's going to tempt me with all these nice pickups and things? Okay. I think there's quite a bit of elastic band physics going on here. Well, that's just a load of old phooey. So just how impending is this impending doom? Ah, I see you're back. Christ alive. Please, Eggman, I need my rings. I mean, I don't know what I'm doing here. It's just go forward and hope for the best. Sometimes a bit backwards. Sometimes a lot backward, okay? That's getting blows. At least your crack squad and killing floor saved you from having 3 punishment games. You were certainly on crack there, Deathshed. Yeah. Where them rings at? Oh, come on. Okay, don't know how I got it through that time, but not the ones before, but point is we're through, okay. Yeah, we're through alright. Alright, time to defeat the real Dr. Eggman. What's the implication here? Probably don't run into those. Alright, now that we've sussed him out, let's go ruin his day. Okay. Major Lee chips in with 50 cheers, saying a little something for the therapy you'll need after this. I definitely do. What's going on now? Also that fast blue one. And a big fat one coming out as well. Alright. Kind of animation was that, though? There's just no feedback from any of the actions he's doing. Aggressively disgusted by this game. Oh, hey, Callum. Glad you understand. Why can't I move? Okay, now I can move. With my one whole ring here. Okay. This reminds me of my least favourite boss from any of the House of the Deads. You ever play House of the Dead 3? Think about the end boss there. Not the optional end boss, but the regular one. He had that big circle thing rotating around him, and he was no easy task to put down. I found it, Daniel. It's the key. I think I'll take every ring I can get here. Little unsure about how to deal with the blue guys and the big fat guys. Just a little bit. Okay, just time it right, I suppose. That can't be it. Well, I guess we've saved the best till last. Time for underwater maze escape. Just the gaming experience I look for, uselessly floating around. So does Sonic have some kind of underwater breathing timer? Oh, it would appear that yes, he does. I don't think rings are going to save him from this, so how about this air bubble? Okay. Guess not then. Well, just gotta go fast underwater then. They don't mess around with the time here, do they? At all. Okay, that's how close I was to getting out of the water. I guess that's fair. Fair. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh no, it's an end of Sonic. Finally, says Kaiser. Oh well, I guess we get to take another stab at it with just 2 lives. Pretty savage how fast they expect you to get through the first underwater bit, though. Well, let's go fast then. Oh, I ain't making this. I don't think even the most autistic Sonic fan would enjoy this, says Callum. I don't know, maybe after this run we'll go through and read all the positive comments there have been about this game. No, really, how am I meant to... Oh, okay, there we go. That didn't work last time. At this point, actually collecting 100 coins could well work in my favor. Okay, let's not get walled here. Okay. That extra life would have been handy. I feel like I'm about to need it. Ah. You're an extra life. Gimme. Okay, now who doesn't want to prolong this experience? That underwater fish, its graphic just doesn't gel with anything else in this game. I'm given a reminder of... Ah yes, Cheetah Man 2. Or Cheetah Man 2. Cheetah something. Cheetah Man had a rockin' good theme, I'm sure. A little confused about that one. If I turn it, I eat the spikes. If I don't turn it, I eat the suffocation. Well, never do anything right. Never do anything right. It's not a mantra if you just break it whenever you feel like it. Can't believe Jake doesn't like the Cheetah Man theme. Wait, I thought I had it here. Damn, I was just gonna play it. Is that it? No, that's it. And just like that, this game has gotten better. By Cheetah Men. I feel like this is one of those levels that's all over if I let the water reach me. So you'd be just fine if you just stayed up there, Robotnik, but no, you got cocky. And just like that. Okay, that's enough out of you. Let's get back to Sonic. Where the hell was I hiding this? Ah. I can now go to the final showdown in space. Sure, why not? Better be final, though. Just like when Thriller Gorilla promised me my final time in the lava zone. Real challenging. Come on, Eggman! This is more embarrassing than when I fought M. Bison. Alright, now he's tapped into my real weakness. Finding out where to go. Oh! That was good, Eggman. That was very good. Dang. Oh, do I have to do it all again? Oh, I guess thanking heavens for small mercies. No, I do not. Top Steam review. I have no strong opinion on the graphics, but the soundtrack is once again awesome. Is that the top rated Steam review? Looks awfully smug up there. Oh no, not this again. This is the not fun part. There was only 3 or 4 hits last time. Oh. Stirring things up a bit though. Come on, put your back into it, Robotnik. Okay, what's all this about then? Damn, Humpty Dumpty's got himself something, something big. He's throwing me further and further away each time, though. Oh my. Oh, I don't really have an answer to that. I thought Jake won, says Death Shed. Oh, I can understand why you'd think that. I'm just constantly winning, but Humpty Dumpty here's got a few tricks left up his sleeve. One and a two, and back to it. Oh, or not. Uh-oh. Oh. Can't hit him from behind. So should I just leave him to it? Because he seems a bit busted up there. Oh, jeez. Oh, okay. I don't know what I meant to do here. Hit this thing, maybe? No. No, I guess not. Well, that was really fun. Let's do it all over again. Bring back the Cheetah Man music. Who's got the links for Cheetah Man music? Preferably extended version. Well done, Robotnik. You finally hit me there. I tell you, I just lost a whole load of rings. When you're on these things, you're just stuck on that spinning. Can't do anything other than just fall off it or jump. That actually hit me pretty hard. Alright, we got some Cheetah Man extended. Slow down there, Sonic. We got something important happening. Yeah, this is what we're here for. This isn't better, says Major Lee. I'm afraid you are wrong. Bollocks. Lives ain't cheap here. It is a bit loud though. There we go. No, I gotta get the volume just right for this climactic moment. Oh no, okay. I think we'll be restarting this real soon. I just wanted to take it from the start with Cheetah Man music. It's not that the music's made me worse there, Demon. It's just that I want to prolong the experience now. Truthfully, the power of Leo, Aries, and Apollo is surging through me. Okay, I didn't need to move anyway. El Coro says, I admire Jake's endurance. I could never beat the game. I assume you're not talking about the game's difficulty. Because the only thing that gives me a hard time is pattern recognition, like here. It's nothing but like 3 preset patterns. That doesn't stop me from mucking it up constantly. Whew. It's grim though. Easy money. Okay, this part, which shouldn't be too much difficulty, unless blue guy just comes and crushes me. Because it's just, what, 4 hits and he's down and out? No, Sonic, don't do that. There we go. Alright, we get 3 stabs at Big Fat Eggman Machine. Still need to figure out how to deal with his electrified version though, because his whole body looks untouchable. The only thing that I can hit is his fist. Oh, well, I didn't need those rings. Find that ring back though, yoink. A ring is like medic armor. As long as you have even a shred of it, you're safe. Whew. Well, that's a goodbye. Looked like free hits. I'll be having that back, thanks, please. Alright, so then he goes kablamo. And then he's doing all that. Now what though? No, okay, there goes that ring. Must be a bit of him that I can hit. You have to hit the hand once it's crashed, says Jake Loans. I did that once. It sent me straight into Robotnik's corpse and killed me. So forgive me for being discouraged on doing that. Yes, Luckshaden, sadly I failed the murder bingo. I know that's hard to believe. Ah, you see, Luckshaden, that's exactly where the problem lies. Alright, so he hits me, and then when this thing... Ah, I see, I kind of want to roll Humpty Dumpty onto his back. Okay. Uh-oh. On your... Oh. Okay. I had a brilliant idea there. That didn't work at all. Remember, punishment game is punishing for me and you. Bit shoddy that didn't work though, but maybe I was just doing everything wrong. Oh yeah, Joanna 9700. Something is very wrong. Any more punishments open? Well, it depends what you mean by open there. I have 2 punishments to do. This is one of them, and the other is... I can't even remember what it's called. I do know that the game is like 20-something bucks, so I'm waiting for it to go on sale. Night Cry. Thank you, Thagnus. But in terms of punishments, you know, punishments are always open to be submitted. And they are played, as ever, when I fail a weekly one-shot. Which, as you know, is not often. No. Oh, phew. I'd rather play that one safer and maybe get my hit in than go aggressive and probably get crushed to death. Then maybe get crushed to death. That Cheetah Men theme was only 10 minutes, wasn't it? This might actually end soon, says Void Scroll. If by 10 minutes you mean 10 hours, then yes. There's a certain request coming in, and I think we can grant it. I very think we can grant it. Now, if you don't know what the music that's playing right now is, then you are missing out big time. And you need to raise your act. Isn't that game 90% lag and 100% good music? There's certainly a lot of lag to ActRaiser 2, but it's a genuinely great game. You just have to suffer through a lot to enjoy it. Making good progress, at least it feels good. Okay, I like this song as much as anybody else, but it's going to get stale if we just have it on loop, so let's get back to good old Sonic for the incredible finale. Come on, big guy. When Lucky was playing Sonic, I remember seeing him fight off against Metal Sonic. And it was a pretty bombastic fight, but I'm getting none of that here. Was that a... Well, it must have been another Sonic game, obviously, but which one was that? Yeah, got greedy. Too greedy for words. Yeah. Just let it end, says Sondar. It's not that simple. What the hell was that? Why is he not dead yet? What is going on? What the hell was that? Wasn't aware that just removing the floor was an option there, Robotnik. Well, I'm past the 2 hours mark, so I can't refund this garbage anymore. You had to run away and you were done with the level, Jake. I never run. So what is it? 4 fists to him. And then we just get out of here, right? Well, maybe only 3 if I can make that... Ooh. Maybe only 3 if I can make that work. Oof. Call it greed, call it what you want, but I wanted that extra hit. Yeah. Yeah, but what? What the hell's meant to happen there? It's just goodbye floor. Gotta try again. This isn't doing much for my bottomless pit hatred. It's just solidifying it. Archon says, on its last hit, the Death Egg robot will fly up and attempt to destroy the space station around it to drop Sonic into the vacuum of space. It must be hit before the floor falls apart to clear the game. If the player does not hit the Death Egg in time, it will break the floor, causing the player to fall through and lose a life. Okay, so this enemy that we've just been taught not to touch suddenly becomes the one thing you must hit to end it all. Madness. This is the one that gives me real trouble though, because you gotta very quickly see where things are coming from and then figure out where you're gonna go based on it. And I prefer the safest option of right about there for that combination. Wait, what? Ah! Don't like that combination, because when you hit Eggman you get sent right down and don't have a chance to jump back up. Mind you, you get 2 hits on that combination. Man, drinking this sure does make you want to go on a drinking binge, says Major Lee. Those spikes are good, they're real easy to avoid. Unlike you. Definitely unlike you. Oh, cribbins. This must be pretty horrible to speedrun. You get right to the end and then your speed will just crumble based on the randomness of this boss. Touche, Robotnik. So how long is the loop? Because it feels like each of the songs are approximately 5 seconds. Alright, see if I can get him done in 3 fists, so we don't have to prolong the pain any longer. Well, for me at least. Nice. One, two, three, fourth will be risky, but there we go. Also, is that really Earth behind us? I'm trying to recognize any landmass. Oh, that's what I get for trying. Where is he? Where is Chunky? Alright, there we go. Let's get out of here. Yay. Alright, please enjoy what I assume are the ending credits to Sonic the Hedgehog 4 Episode 1. Despite the game's taunting there, no, I do not think I will be collecting any of those Chaos Emeralds. I think we are done with Sonic now and forever. And geez, that really gave me a gut punch in the will. So, congratulations to Golden Deer for bringing forward a truly punishing game. I wonder what's going to be next. I don't know anything about this Quiet Night game that's coming up, but I guess we'll find out in due time. Alright, that's it for me for the punishment game. I will, in all likelihood, be back with another stream later on, so until then, let's all go grab some lunch, and cheerio.